His name is Gareth, and he rips bits. His name is Gareth, hence why it's Gareth's. His name is Gareth.
Good evening, and welcome to Gareth's. This is improvised stand-up comedy. The way this works is that people send in suggestions that I haven't seen before, and I riff on them for your pleasure. My name is Gareth. I riff. It's Gareth's, which brings us to our first segment, which is Riffs Just In. Okay, so this is Riffs Just In. So every week I riff on 3 crazy news stories picked up by my producer, okay? So let's start off here with the first one, which is, wow, bold. Baby Yoda canceled amid accusations of genocide. Last week's egg-eating episode of The Mandalorian has led to a disturbance in the Force for real. Baby Yoda, okay, so that's the problem with if you're making a show like Star Wars where it's never ending and you're going to make 500, bits of it, you're eventually going to land on some controversial shit. Now, Yoda is a very likable character, right? But it does not surprise me to hear that they've stumbled into some controversial plot lines, I mean, it's Baby Yoda, too. That's what they do. They go with, like, the cutest thing, Like, Hitler, not adorable. Adorable Hitler probably could have gotten, like, if at the end of all of it, instead of committing suicide, Hitler was just like, oopsie daisy, I made a big goof. People be like, we're mad, but his eyes are really dazzling. Wow. Who was Yoda killing? What was he, he just... The humans we killed, right? Is he just doing that stuff? Very strange. And it's weird to hear that a baby is going to carry out a genocide. That's just, come on. First you got to learn to crawl. It goes crawl, walk, then execute a specific type of person by the millions. But that's cool. That's cool. I mean, look, it's Star Wars. It's not Star Peace. It's Star Wars. Shit happens, right? So Yoda's getting his genocide on, right? It's cool. It's good stuff. I'm sure they're happy with all these headlines, Baby. And he's canceled. It's actually great because I'm really sick of people being like, Baby Yoda's so great. Like, we get distracted by the dumbest shit. I do too. But Baby Yoda really has just pulled at people's heartstrings. I'm good. I hate the cancel culture too. I do think if we keep canceling each other, eventually we're just going to run out of cancellations and we're just going to be like cancel each other into dust. But yeah, fuck Baby Yoda. Get him out of here. I'm glad. Good. I'll start a genocide on Yodas. What are they? Are they a species? Yoda's a name, right? Yodas aren't the species of... who the fuck cares? Come on. Okay, here we go. Next one. Suspended NASCAR driver said he didn't intentionally draw a swastika on his toaster strudel. That just kept going. Suspended NASCAR driver says he didn't intentionally draw a swastika on his toaster strudel. By the way, not to keep going to Germany's genocide, but if all things that you're going to put a swastika on, strudel. If you're fucking with strudel and you put your frosting on there and it resembles anything like a swastika, no, that is not the right pastry to accidentally put swastikas on. That is synonymous with German culture. You do not need to be putting swastika. Look, you put a swastika on a Danish, look, we're not happy, but it's a little better. They're a far more neutral country. Germany's still hot button. Don't act. I'll tell you what. I bet the strudel kind of Ouija boarded his frosting on there, where he was like, "I'll just put a little frosting on this," and the strudel was like, "You know what we want you to do," and was just sort of like, "What the hell's going? Good God, why am I? What the fuck?" But then again, it's NASCAR. So you can never be sure with these NASCAR drivers, you can never be sure if maybe they're, look, it's no headline to say that they lean right. I actually did a commercial with Tony Stewart, NASCAR driver for Sunoco, like over a decade ago probably, and he was a NASCAR driver, and he was great. He really was. But he was just like, he was totally like a redneck. He just kept walking around and he kept going like, 2 days, man, 2 days. And then eventually I go, 2 days until what? And he goes, jackass number 2. I was like, okay, all right. I was excited to see it as well, I'm not going to lie. But, yeah, it's, yeah. And my guess is NASCAR is not going to suspend. Oh, they did suspend him. Suspended NASCAR driver. Jeez, I'm good at this, aren't I? I wonder if they'll suspend him. What's the first word? Suspended. That's interesting. Oh, they really snuck that in there. But yeah, so whatever. An accidental swastika. Get over it, everybody. If it's done with frosting, it can't be wrong. Okay? Thank you. Okay, stag. The next one is of a stag. It's of an antlered deer. Stag runs away with rifle stolen from hunter in Czech Republic. See, if this happened more often, I would be pro-hunting. I would be way into it if the idea was that at some point the animals could potentially be arming themselves, you know? That's what I always think is so amazing about hunting. Like, I'm okay with, look, I'm not, like, I think we have an out-of-control system with eating meat in the country and the world, and I think that if someone is to go out there and actually hunt, like they have a bow and arrow, something that requires a little more skill than like an automatic rifle, I can get on board with that a lot easier. But I'll tell you what I'm 100% on board with is if the bears have guns. If we give the bears guns, let's hunt year-round. Let's go. If we can find a way to arm the elk and the deer and the bears, my guess is there's going to be a lot less people hunting. Ducks just have like lasers on their heads. Just like, Jesus Christ, Travis is dead. What happened? A duck lasered him. God, hunting's gotten crazy, you know? So I would be far more on board. Yeah, there you go. So it's also the Czech Republic. It seems like that region, look, everywhere gets really drunk, but there could be alcohol involved, you know. That's the only way I'd go hunting is if I could get drunk and not kill animals. 2 rules. First one, I got to be able to slam beer all day. Second one, no animals get harmed. That's my kind of hunting. That's how you Hunter Biden. That's how you do that. That's my hunter right there. The kind that likes a little bit of crack and, you know, baths with cigarettes. That's my kind of guy. Any guy who takes a bath with a cigarette, come on, let me buy him a cocktail. That's my kind of feller, right? I don't know if you've ever smoked in the bathtub, but it's quite liberating. I don't know if you've ever had, when the pandemic first started, I was like, my year went away. Like my planned year went poof, and I didn't know what to do. And I'd never had so much time on my hands. And I carried on the drinking and eating schedule of Winston Churchill. It would be like 12:30, and I'd be like, I'm late for my martini bath. Like, it was just disastrous. It took me like maybe 2 or 3 weeks to kind of calibrate again and get back in. But yeah, for a while I was taking what I call Churchill baths, which is where you drink vodka in the bath. So it was pretty cool. All right, so that's the end of Riffs Just In. Now we will go, let's see if we got any. Hunting naked should be the only way. I agree. Frostica. Well done. Better. Winner. Well done. Yep, I got beaten. I got beaten on my own show. Can we? Yeah, okay, sure. A lot of stuff I don't understand. Yeah, Churchill baths. Okay, deal with it, everybody. All right, that's the end of the headlines. Okay. So now we'll go to suggestions. These are audience-provided suggestions. These are suggestions that you, sweet people, have submitted. I've not seen them until right now in this monitor. Let's have some fucking fun. Zoom meetings. Hey! I mean, if you could go back in time, well, first of all, look, first thing we do is close down the wet markets. Second thing we do, even before that, we would create an economic system where the impoverished were not forced to eat fucking weird animals at wet markets in the first place, and we would come up with some way to actually level the economic situation of everyone in this world so that we no longer had to have a global system where poor people are forced to go to fucking wet markets. Anyway, after that, then we would stop the wet markets, followed by invest in Zoom. Zoom, big year, and Zoom doesn't really do much. Like, Zoom is like, what were they doing before? They were just like, hello, does anyone want to have a meeting online? And everyone's like, what the fuck are you? Get the fuck out of here. They're like, hey, we have 2 boxes. You can have 3, and then you start to pay. And we're like, what? We have cars, you fucking asshole. But this is a way that, Jeffrey Toobin is an investor. Well, he's a straight shooter. Nobody doubts that. But still, I'm not in. But yeah, so we had Zoom meetings, and there's upside and there's downside. The upside is that you can literally go anywhere in your home and just take a meeting. You no longer have to drive. Like in Los Angeles, we would have these things called general meetings, which is where you go and meet with someone who does some stuff, and then they tell you that they're really interested in working with you, and then you never meet or see them again. They're very fruitful. But at least in Zoom meetings, you don't feel like you invested too much. You know, it's just like wham, wham. Like I forgot about one, and my writing partner Evan texted me, and he's like, "Are you gonna make this meeting?" And I was like, "You better believe I am. I am 30 seconds away from looking like I might actually have my shit together." But the downside is that it's so impersonal, and so many more of them are happening, and Zoom gets hacked a lot, and there's like. You know, I mean, we've obviously gotten pretty comfortable when Jeffrey Toobin is fucking, is there anyone who took more Zoom meetings than Jeffrey Toobin? How do you get so comfortable that you are fucking looking at porn and jerking off while you're having a meeting? How much do you need to jerk off? That dude's like 60. What the fuck? What are his balls doing? His balls are still like an erupting volcano that it's like an act of nature. He's like, if I don't do this, it's going to come out of my butt. Like he's just so bad that he had to fucking whack it during a Zoom meeting. The other thing about Zoom meetings is I find that I look at myself far too much, right? Like someone will be like, that's interesting. And then I'll be on my camera like, yeah, no, of course. Yeah, it's interesting. It's good to meet you too. Yep. Look at me. What did you say? Look at me here. You just added a here. Mm. Are you looking at yourself? Nope. Look at me here. That's it. Feels like you're looking at yourself. Looking right at you, my dear. What color shirt am I wearing? Black. No, you're wearing black. Oh. I'm incorrigible. Look at me over there. What a cutie pie. You know? So, yeah, it's weird. So Zoom meetings are 2020. I do, part of me does hope that they stick around, but I would also like it to not be Zoom. I feel like they've done so little to deserve how much attention they now get. Yeah, all right, so there we go. All right, that's Zoom meetings. Next, okay. Oh, shit. All right. Would you rather have to live the rest of your life with a handlebar mustache or a mullet? First of all, have to. Have to? Get to. You get to live the rest of your life with a handlebar mustache, which tells you which my pick is. Handlebar mustache. There's something kind of nice and cyclical if I were to do a mullet, because I came into this world with a mullet for the most part. I had a mullet when I was a kid until I was like 13. When finally there was an intervention and people were like, this has to stop. But yeah, I like a handlebar mustache. Give me that shit, right? I'm at the age now where that only gets better. Like 65 handlebar? Yeah. Fuck yeah, right? That's cool. I can just sense people being like, that's not cool. Well, you know what? Fuck off. It is cool. And by the way, I'll take both. How about that? Okay? I'm going to live my life with a mullet and a handlebar mustache. Right? Party in the back, business up front, party above the mouth. How's that for everybody? Yeah. Okay? Fuck it. I might even connect the motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Go mullet to mustache. Find if there's a way. You know how like you could take like a branch from a certain plant, and if you actually tape it onto another section of certain plants, they will adhere to it and they will start to grow. Like that's how you can grow foreign trees and like it doesn't matter. But the point is, I would graft my handlebar mustache to my mullet and have what I would love to call a handlebarred mullet. Finally. The trashiest piece of shit. Can you imagine that? That would be like a motorcycle would fucking ride me, okay? I would have a motorbike on my back, like on my arms. I'd be like, let's get the fuck out of here. Where are you going? To take shots. You know? Just collected a handlebar mullet. Yeah, right? Do a lot of this. Every time I walk into place, I'd be like, hey, is Debbie working? You know, stuff like that. Just be a real piece of shit, you know? like smoke some fucking Marlboro 100s, right? The cigarette where it's like, do you like regular cigarettes? Yes. Do you want another third? You bet I do. So there you go. There's your answer on that one. How pigs' feet look like they're running around on high heels. Do they? I guess they do. Yeah, okay. I'd never thought of that. How pigs' feet look like they're running around. Yeah, I guess they do. You know, they do sort of look like that. I'll be honest, I've never thought of that, but you might have changed how I look at pigs running from now on. They do. They have, I mean, because they are so big-bodied, and then they kind of go down to these tiny little stilts, essentially. It just looks like, they're just like pork on stilts. They're, I mean, I've always thought that, though. Like, I've always, like, I wonder what happens if you put socks on a pig's feet. Do they, like, walk normally? Like, are like, oh, that's what we've been requiring, you know? Because I know, like, when you put them on another animal, like, the other animal loses their mind. Like, if you ever put, like, socks on, like, a cat does not know what to do. Like, a cat is like, hi, help me, you know? You're just like, oh, Jesus Christ. And your cat's like, I'm fine. Which way's water? You know, trying to, like, keep its shit together. But, which begs the question, do they maybe, Jose, shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ, he's in his little box running around like a psychopath. I wonder, like, do we, like, is it the fact that cats have never put socks on before? Or is it that which came first, I guess? Like, if I went to, like, a place in the world where people had never worn socks, would I put socks on them, and would they just be like, you know, like an indigenous culture, just like walking around like, yes, right this way. We'd love to take you in. And you're like, boy, what is going on? He's like, I don't know. I've just never had these on before. Like, is it special or is it just, you know, animal is my question. Jesus Christ, that was a long road to hoe. Okay, here we go. What are the first few bars of Jose's Automatic Feeder Blues again? What are the first few bars of Jose's Automatic... I must have sang a Feeder Blues song? Who can contextualize this for me? Did I sing a... Yeah, he's already in the box. Wrap your cat's feet in foil for fun. What are you... Who? What? No, I will not do that. Yeah, does anyone know? I don't know. I never heard of that. Did I sing a Jose Feeder Blues song? Maybe I did. I don't know. I don't know what the first few bars of... Oh, are you doing like a cute prompt? Are you like, hey, buddy, you did it. Do it. You're pimping me. Right. Okay. So is Automatic Feeder Blues? Oh, fuck. I mean, the songs, you got to be in the right mood to do an improvised song. So if this bombs, it's fully on you. You know what I'm saying? So it would be something like... Well, I'm looking for a nibble. I'm after some kibble. I'm hungry again. Whoa, whoa. I just want to bite. Oh, yeah. I don't want to fight. Oh, no. I'm hungry again. Whoa. I'm not the leader, whoa, no, of my feeder. Oh, yeah, I'm hungry again. Boo, boo. It went off, and then he leaves. Okay, there you go. There you go. Oh, what the fuck's going on? Okay. What is the worst advice you've given? I feel like someone's asked me that before, which really just must say that I scream I give terrible advice. I don't know. It's hard to, I don't think, maybe you don't remember the worst advice you ever give. Like, I remember good advice I've given. I don't remember the worst advice that I've ever given. Actually, I remember I was golfing with Trump, and I said, run. And he did. There you go. No, I don't know. I don't know what the worst advice I've ever given is. Yeah, I don't have it. Sorry. What is it like being the only one in your family with an American accent? It's fucking weird. It really is, because they, like, you know, I feel like an alien. Like, when I go to England, they're all like, you all right then? All right, Chuck, you doing all right. Bloody hell. And I'm like, hi, it's Gareth. You know? Like, weird English name, Welsh name, and then just like, hey, what's up? The thing is, I was born and raised in Wisconsin by English people, so I was incubated for a while in England. So, like, my brother used to make tapes of me. Like, I don't have any of them, but he would be like, I would have a little English accent, and he'd be like, well, and what kind of animal are you? And I'd go, I'm an orangutan. And I had like a cute little British accent, but then slowly but surely, Brown Deer, Wisconsin came in and started to usurp all the English out of me, right? And as it was taking the class and culture and love of tea and 2 cubes in the tea and milk and saucers and, oh, Mummy, could I have a serviette? I've got some ketchup on my lip. All of a sudden that went to mullet and just Z's on the side of your head and smoking Camel Wides, you know? Like, it just ate me up. But it's weird. It's also weird because my accent changes when I talk to English people. Like, I talk like this regularly, but if I, like, get on the phone with, like, my mother or, like, someone in my family, I'll be like, hold on 1 second, I'm going to call my mom. All right then, Pam. You all right? Yeah, smashing. Yeah, good to go. Yeah, absolutely. Love it. Yeah, jolly, good. Yes, absolutely. You know? So, like, you change. You shift. People notice that. And I'll get off the phone, I'll be like, all right, pop, cheerio, off then, bye. And, like, I'll make eye contact with a friend who's like, what the fuck just happened to you? Who was that? What did you do with you? So, yeah, it's weird. It's weird. You know? Oh, boy. Can't believe you guys are going to mock the fire extinguisher again. Here we go. Yeah. Oh, I should say this now. As much as I abhor Black Friday, there is a Black Friday sale on my masks and shirts. So if you guys want to play into the capitalistic system, please enjoy Friday. And then we did this great show for Avail Comedy last night. They're very fun, and like the group of comedians that are all represented by my manager are fucking amazing. Truly, every one of them. So check that out. There's another one of those shows December 17th. I think it's 7. So we're going to do another one of those like a little bit before Christmas. So join us for that. Okay, as we keep going. What's the most memorable birthday gift you've ever received? Well, honestly, I'll never forget. My brother's 12 years older than me, and I like idolized my brother, and I was probably turning 7, and my brother, as a joke, got me a can of Spam, and it fucking ruined me. Like, I was so excited to open, and then he had this whole other gift for me. He had like a thing of Corn Pops, and then he had this whole like building thing for me, but he gave me a can of Spam, and I started crying. I opened it like so excited, and I was like, Spam? And he was like, yeah. I was like, no. And he was like, no, I'm kidding. And I was like, ah. So that's probably the most memorable. Like, I'll never forget it. It just cut me deep. Because, I mean, I don't even think I knew what Spam was, but I knew that it was canned meat. So I was like, well, I don't want canned meat. I'm 6. He was like, ah. And it wasn't even like good canned meat. It was like, it's not even good. It's not even ham. It's fucking Spam. So yeah, that would probably be it. That would be it. That was my most memorable gift. Was when my brother gave me Spam. Who is your favorite NHL team? I don't really have one. I used to like the Milwaukee Admirals. They were a hell of a group of guys. They were not NHL, but they were a couple leagues below that. They played at the Bradley Center. I enjoyed watching the Milwaukee Admirals play. But yeah, my friend is a big Pittsburgh Penguins fan, so I've always kind of rooted for the Penguins. As weird as it is being from the Midwest, I've kind of rooted for the Chicago team. And Boston Bruins when I was a kid, I just liked. I think I got put on a hockey team called the Bruins when I was a kid, so I just liked them. So those would be them. Okay, let's see in the chat. Monty Python does give me flashbacks. Yeah, stupid Spam killed me. Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's a versatile. Yes, Maggie May is amazing. Oh, what's up, Takora? Yeah, Maggie May is amazing. They all are. But yes, she's fucking hysterical. So check out those shows. That's the 17th of December, and then there's like a little thing after. Only answer if Jose isn't in the room. Well, let me start off by saying, I believe him to be in the room, but he's in his box, which is kind of his apartment. So hopefully that works. What are you getting that handsome boy for Christmas? Well, I have not. What do you get the boy who has everything? He has everything. He has Papa's kisses. He has a perfect body. He has an electronic feeder. He has a water thing that keeps his water cool. What could I possibly give this perfect little boy that he doesn't already have? So I don't have anything planned yet. I'm sure I'll get him something. I have a stocking for him, obviously. You must. And then eventually I'll put it on his feet and see how he walks in it. I'm sure it'll be wonky. But all right, you want to know? Spam. I'm getting him Spam. I'm getting him, I still have the tin of Spam from when I was 6. It's age to perfection. I'm going to give him that. Okay? Okay. Michael Flatley and Riverdance, do you know any magic tricks? What the fuck is happening? Michael Flatley, okay, so I'll just walk us through the question together because I don't know what the fuck it's saying. Michael Flatley, so he's the guy who started Riverdance. For those of you who don't remember Riverdance, it was like the thing that put Ireland on the map after the IRA. It was like people were like, hey, they did something else. And it was just weird Irish dancing. It was just like Celtic jiggery. And then and it was called Riverdance. Because I guess it could only happen in streams. I don't know why the fuck it was called River. You can't. Have you ever danced in a river? There's a lot of rocks. You'd be like, Jesus, Bob's ankle. What happened? Who sprained their ankle? And 30 hands go up. You'd be like, why are we doing this in a river? Because it's fucking river dance. That's what we're supposed to do. The whole idea is that we do it in rivers. There's a current coming. I don't care. We're going to fight through the current. How can we dance through the current? We will somehow. Because I'm Michael Flatley. Right? Why the fuck does your name even have the word flat in it and we're dancing on fucking pebbles and rocks? Don't bring up my name. How do you know my name wasn't Michael Ill-Equipped Landley? Could have been, but it's Flatley. Now we'll dance in this river. We have to. Why? Because. Why? Because. That's all. You know? So I don't know. So that's all I have. Michael Flatley, Riverdance. Do you know any magic tricks? So this is all one question. If you could see this, it's all one question. I don't know. Oh, maybe they're 2 suggestions. I think they're 2 suggestions that just got put on the same page. Okay, so Michael Flatley and Riverdance. Well, we had a little fun at his expense, but where is he now? What has happened to Riverdance? It was so hot. It was like Stomp. I love these little things that just pop up, right? Like we have like Stomp and Blue Man Group and Riverdance and, you know, all these things, and then they just go. So somewhere I like to believe that Michael Flatley, the Blue Men, the cast of Stomp, the cast of Rent are all hanging out in one area together, right? And they should just form a super group called Blue Man Riverdance Stomp Rent. Come on, everybody! Do you know any magic tricks? I don't. Like most children, I had an obsession with magic growing up. I loved magic growing up. And I knew some. I bought some things, but as of now, I know no magic tricks. You know, I have enough to get me through like an interaction with a 6-year-old. And even then, I think they'd call bullshit. Thank God we got together and figured out those were 2 separate suggestions, because that was blowing my fucking mind. Yeah. Okay, sure. I look like Conor McGregor's cousin. We'll take that. At the fucking wedding. Oh, Michael Flatley probably does, not me. Maybe I do. No, I don't. Okay. Well, let's see here. Okay, next suggestion. Agoraphobia during quarantine. Right. Yes, that is interesting. We actually we did a live show last week, and I don't think I'm speaking out of school to say that one of the people I spoke to was agoraphobic, and that was my question. I was like, what's agoraphobia like during quarantine? And you know what she said? Awesome. She was like, it's great. Because it's like the world caught up with you, right? It's like being like the scientist in the like doomsday disaster movie that gets knocked up. Yeah, someone impregnated the scientist because they had crazy views. That's right, doctor. I don't think we should do that. Your views are so crazy, we're going to put a baby in you. That'll normalize it. No, but it's like the scientist in the disaster movie that gets locked up because their views are so crazy. You know, they're like, look, I looked at the Mayan calendar. It's pretty specific about if this dead. People are like, shut up, asshole. And then all of a sudden, like, there's a tidal wave and New York's underwater. And then they're like, you know who we need to do and get? We need to get that guy that we put in jail from the first act of the movie. And then he's there like, well, look who comes crawling back. All right, I'll do it, but not for you, for me, you know? That's what being an agoraphobic during quarantine is like, where you fear going outside. You get tremendous paralyzing anxiety from leaving your home. And then they go, don't leave your home. You're like, fuck yes. Why would I leave? So, but it's going to be a hard, like, agoraphobics are probably pushing the vaxxer stuff. They're probably anti-vaxxers. They would not want the world to return, right? Even though, yeah, like agoraphobia, totally a real thing. We're all going to probably come out a little more agoraphobic after this, right? I definitely am, like, still a little sketched out going outside, you know? I don't know. It's fucking weird. That's where the disease is. The disease is outside. I don't like it. But yeah, it seems like an agoraphobic's wet dream is quarantine. So there you go. And like I said, talk to someone, and they agreed. Okay, here we go. Manscaping. Yeah. Well, this will be a little weird because Manscape is a sponsor of the Dollop, or has been at times. Boy, they sent me a lot of Manscapers. They sent me so many Manscapers, you would think I like had a family of gorillas housed here. Like, they just were like, do you need 7? I was like, how many pubes do you think I have? They're like, we'll give you 8 to be safe. But it is true. It is a delicate procedure, the Manscape, you know? Like, it's, you know, it's tough. There's a lot of, it's kind of like trying to shave a baby elephant. It's just not as easy. There's a lot of, like, lifting and maneuvering and undercarriaging. So you got to be careful. And I used to do it with clippers, you know, like clippers to, like, give yourself a fade or whatever. That was what I would use. And that is dangerous. That's just like having Salt Bay's sword just like shing, shing, you know? And not that it's a forest down there, but you know what I mean. Like, you got to go around. And those blades are sharp. They're moving fast. You know, it's one thing to give yourself, like, a little cut when you're shaving, but, oh, my God, if you've never cut your penis, let me tell you, that hurts. Hurts. Side story, I one time, there's something about married my penis into my jeans. I was at home. I'd spent the night at a girl's place that I was seeing. I raced home to get some stuff, and then I was going to fly to work. I was just going to take a quick shower. And I was in such a rush that when I tried to, I think, zip my pants, it must have been up, zip my pants up, I caught the base of my penis in the zipper, and I zipped fully up. So it was not like, ooh, ow, that hurt. Now it's okay. It was like, no, like my penis was in my jeans, right? I had a genus. And so I had my penis jeans, and I didn't know what to do, and I was sort of like, oh, my God. And my plan that I'd come up with quickly, I'd MacGyvered a plan in my head that I was going to get a big bottle of olive oil and just say, fuck these pants, and pour the olive oil all down the front and then just delicately unzip. Unfortunately, en route to the olive oil, nature made a decision for me, which was that we were going to release that penis without moving the fly. And, like, I cut my penis had, like, a genuine cut on it. And I don't know if you've ever tried to put a Band-Aid on a thing that fluctuates in size throughout the day, but it's not the easiest, right? You start off with, like, a little swimmer Band-Aid, and then by the end, you're like, I need one of those ones for elbows. Like, you didn't know what to do. It was just like, you know, it was like trying to put a Band-Aid on a stretching, you know, just a stretching device. It just made no fucking sense. Anyway, but then, so the same thing when you're manscaping, you know, you nick a cut, like all that, it adds up, it hurts. And the manscaping thing, for whatever reason, is it shaves, and it just does a very good job. Plus, it's got a little light on it. Like, if you're ever like, you know what, I'm going to go outside in the middle of the night and take my pubes down a little bit. But it worked. And so, yeah, so it's much better. So that, the Manscaped device for manscaping is far better. And again, I'm not trying to push product here. I'm just saying they did crack the code, and it is much safer. You know, you still got to be delicate. You know, like I said, shaving an elephant, you got to lift up the trunk and get underneath, and then there's the ears that are, you know, I mean, that's really what a penis and balls look like, sort of, is like an upside-down elephant. It looks like an elephant upside down with its ears perked up, like someone said its name. Like someone was like, Tiny, come here, boy, and he was like, huh? Like, that's kind of what a man's genitals look like. Anyway, it was like shaving those. Okay, we'll move on. You guys are right. What do you think is a common misconception that people have about comedians? I mean, I guess a thing that is not 100% is that people think that they always have really, really dark pasts. I know some comics who have great pasts and are raised great and are happy people and are normal people. It's just very few of them. Most are technically damaged goods. But I don't think that everyone is like that. And then I guess another misconception is that they're all funny. I mean, there's a fucking shitload of bad comedians. Like bad, like not good comics, like not creative, not funny. The illusion of jokes. I mean, I could list fucking 30 right now. Not gonna, but I could, of people who you're just like, it's very strange with stand-up because it's like if you work a regular job and you're really good at it, you're gonna move up that company corporate ladder, right? And if you suck, you probably won't. Or if you do, you'll get weeded out. I mean, there's shitty people in every environment. But comedy makes no sense. Like, comedians, like, a lot of it is based on your look, your following, you know, your jokes are a part of it, but it's not the main thing a lot of times. So it's fucking weird. So I would say the two misconceptions about comics is that they're all damaged, just 95% are, and that they're all funny, like 40% are, 50 maybe, you know? That's not to say that you know, people deserve success and whatever. Like, yeah, go get it. I mean, if you got a fucking following, you got a following. Go get it. I know for sure there are people who are like this. I mean, I've read comments on YouTube where they're like, this dude fucking sucks about me. So, you know, some people are just crazy. But I'm not. Hold me. Okay, let's see what we got next. Oh, God. Oh, my God. What a crazy next suggestion. I need some water for this for sure. Okay, well, it's Fuck, Marry, Kill Disney Princess Edition, and then there's no princesses listed. So I need to just pluck some princess out of obscurity and end her existence? That's fucked up. And then I just gotta fuck another one? And then another one I just gotta marry? It feels like I'm the Disney villain in this suggestion. I've got to pick a Disney princess to fuck, and then one to marry, and then one to kill. All right, I'll do it. I guess I'll kill Sleeping Beauty because she's already in a coma. She's already out, right? If I just take away the prince's lips, she's not going to know any better. She's out. So why not just fucking, you know, finish the job, right? All right, so Sleeping Beauty is now Dying Beauty. She's now Dead Beauty, okay? She's out. Fuck, I guess I would fuck Snow White. She's not a princess, but she counts, right? That's fine. And she might have been a princess. I don't know. I would fuck her. I would think about marrying her, but I can't marry any woman who has 7 guy friends that close. Just would not work. I would just constantly be like, oh, who are you texting? Dopey? She'd be like, look, Dopey wants to know what I'm up to. I'd be like, oh, yeah, let me guess, huh? What are him and Sneezy doing? You looking to fuck Sneezy? She's like, I don't want to fuck Sneezy. I'd be like, you looking to bang Sneezy? You know? So that situation, I could bang her, you know? That would be better, too, because then I could have one on the dwarfs, you know? I'm leaving, I'd just be like, hey, Sneezy, you know what they call me? Jizzy. Later, bitch. You know, roll out on that one. And then marry. Who am I going to marry? I mean, I already have commitment issues. What's a prince? Well, I don't think she was a princess either, but I would probably pick the Little Mermaid because she has to go away a lot. And that's perfect for me. I'm on the road a good amount. She's got to roll a lot. Like, that's a good marriage for me. But she's not a princess, and she is a fish. So maybe I can think of a better one. I guess Cinderella. Because, and again, I don't know if she's a princess. I'm not that familiar. But what I like about Cinderella, meager beginnings, right? Doesn't expect too much. She just had one night of a carriage. You know, she had one night with the glass slipper. Like, you know, she just had a dalliance with it, right? That's low expectations. I could take her to Burger King and she'd be like, and I get fries too. And I'd be like, yes, my princess. Daddy's very good to you. Daddy's very good to you. Now, don't go asking anyone else what they provide, okay? Because I'm perfect. So there you go. We're going to kill Sleeping Beauty. She's already basically in a coma. Let's just pull the plug. We're going to fuck Snow White. Can't marry her. Too much dwarf commitment. Real dwarf issues there. By the way, we don't even call them dwarves anymore. That's how weird it is. That's just in the popular vocabulary now. Snow White and the Seven Little People. That doesn't sound as good, but that's what it should be. So I would bang Snow White just because I don't need someone with that many men in their life that they're that close with. Shit, she shares space with them. And then I'm gonna marry Cinderella because she has very low expectations. So there you go. That was 45 minutes of me explaining which princess I'd fuck, marry, and kill. That's what happens when you don't give me actual options. Okay. Woo! Animaniacs making a comeback. Sure is. Food Network. Oh, man. Well, I think Food Network is the suggestion. The Food Network, food in general, I think if you could trace all of our problems to food. We fucking love food. We fucking love food. We love it. We are obsessed with it. We love eating it ourselves. We love watching people make it on TV. We even like watching people eat it. Like, that's how weird we are. When I used to have a show on the Travel Channel, that was the problem, is that they were like, we don't know what your experiences are like. And we'd be like, well, we're having fun. I mean, what do you want us to say? And the reason we realized was because every other show on the Travel Channel was food. And food is very easy to show immediate gratification. You know, Man versus Food, he'd just be like, oh, man, it's really juicy. And if you look there, you can see the layers of the food. And we'd all be like, the food is juicy and it has lots of stuff in the food. The food looks good. I should eat food while I watch the food. And we just fucking love food. And we've become obsessed with it. And the packaging of food is so wasteful. And the way we eat and consume and waste food is insane. You know, like landfills are just filled with edible food. Like stores throw out edible food, right? But the Food Network is like food pornography. When I was a kid, you know, you'd have to rent porn. And that's basically what the Food Network is, just a bunch of fucking people eating, making, sucking, devouring, eating food and walking you through the experience. And for some reason, we as a country, as a nation are like, oh yeah, that looks good. You know? And that's all it is. It's addiction to food. What food is for is nutrition. Right? You don't need very much of it, and you're supposed to get nutrients out of it. That is completely out of the realm of thought with us now. There's no nutrition. You know, even when you get vegetables, they're fucking fried and covered in shit, and everything's sauced. This amount of sauce in this country. Holy fuck. Can't you just eat fried food? Is that not good enough? No. Why? We want sauce. Oh, for fuck's sake. Then everything has sauces. Everything has 9 different sauces. Can I actually get the spicy ketchup and then also the new mayo you guys have? And then I want to try your jalapeno cheddar dipping. So it's like, fucking hey, those are the sauces are food. The sauces are the food. The sauces are what people like more than the fucking food. The people are just eating the food just to warrant sauce. That's all we want. We're just sauce. But sauce won't fill us up. But fuck, if you could find a way to make sauce solid, holy shit. If you could open a restaurant called Solid Sauce, this fucking country, you'd have to shut it down because the streets would be covered in cum. People would be like, oh my God, there's a hard sauce place. People would just be going there to eat sauce, food from everywhere. Food, fucking food. That's why it's crazy during the pandemic that Americans are not more like upset about restaurants closing. Right? You're hitting us where we hurt. The belly, the stomach, the tum-tum. We want food. We want food all the time. As soon as we fucking wake up, we want food. Then it's just pining for the next meal and the next meal and food. And food is so easy to get. Drive through. Food. Did I get my sauces? They forgot the sauces. We'll go back around. We're hunters and gatherers. Right? I mean, think of where we came from. We came from like people in a world where they had nothing and everything was hunting and you had to so delicately time everything and you weren't going to eat every day, but when you did eat, holy shit, your body felt alive again, right? Hunter-gatherer, right over there. We could get that animal, stab it, right? Us today. Can I get a number 8 with enlarge it all? And then I'm going to need a number 4. Like all you need to know are 2 fucking numbers to go get food now. Was not like that back when we had cave people, right? Notice I'm very progressive, too. Not cavemen. No, sir. Cave people. But yeah, it's an obsession with food, constantly eating food. We have people in this country who are food insecure. Can you imagine the fucking Food Network right now if you're someone who's food insecure? What kind of bullshit is that? Food Network might be a way for us to trace back a lot of the shortcomings of this civilization we live in right now. And by the way, I bet when I said shortcomings, some people thought, shortbread. I should get some of that soon. Okay, so that's the Food Network. Solid suggestion. Oh, fuck you. The suggestion is The Real Wedding Crashers, which was the first project I worked on when I moved to Los Angeles. I mean, I'd done other stuff, but they made the movie The Wedding Crashers, and that was a big hit, and that was based off of people who really wedding crashed. And then NBC and Catalyst, Ashton Kutcher's production company, thought, what if we made that a reality prank show? And NBC was like, only if we make it an hour. And everyone was like, why? Yeah, okay. Basically what we did was we moved to Vegas. And this is where I met a couple of very good friends of mine. When I was talking about non-damaged comedians, Steve Byrne was really who I was thinking of. That dude is not damaged. Regular guy. He'd talk about food issues, though. Holy shit. He's got more food issues than Food Magazine. Anyway, The Real Wedding Crashers was where we would go to a wedding, and the bride and groom would know we were going to prank people at their wedding, and their whole wedding week leading up to it, we were going to prank people. And then at the wedding, there'd be a big reveal, and I'd give the big reveal. I'd come out at the end, and I'd be like, you might notice that some strange things happened at the ceremony tonight. The priest's phone kept going off. The FBI showed up, and people would be like, wait, what? And it was the first show I ever did. And I remember I was doing it, and I was thinking, holy shit, this is going to be on TV. All 6 episodes, just 2. But I was like, this is going to be on TV. And it was fucking surreal, like recording these prank shows. But you have someone in your ear. You have what's called a little earbud. And in the little earbud, people will tell you what they want, where you're supposed to go, and stuff like that. And so you audition for it by being funny, and then you're basically directed on what to say. But I did a lot of stuff that I thought I was going to get murdered for. We did a prank where I hit a golf ball into a ceremony, and when the ball shattered like a nice glass thing that the couple had, I went over and I was going to play through, and I just had my little club, and I'll never forget, because I'd never felt this sensation before. A man somehow grabbed my spine. Like a guy at the wedding somehow isolated my spine. And he was grabbing me by my spine and dragging me out. And I was like, oh, my God, this guy's very good. He's got claw fingers. But he had my actual spine and then took me out. I remember another one where I took food off of a guy's plate, a Marine, with my hands. And the dude's reaction was literally this. What? What the fuck did you just do? And I was like, I'm going to die. And then I had to get hidden for the rest of the wedding because this guy, even I could watch this guy from a van, and he would be going up to other people, and he would be like, this dude just grabbed salad off my fucking plate with his fingers. And I'd be like, God, this guy's really not letting it down, is he? This guy's really pissed. But that was the show I did, and it was cool for a number of reasons. It was I remember, though, when I talked to Steve Byrne, was living in New York at the time, and I was in L.A., and we talked after it had aired in New York, before it had aired in L.A., and I said, what do you think? And I talked on the phone. He goes, I don't know. And I said, well, what did you do? And he goes, I just watched it with my parents. And I said, did they laugh? And he said, no. Halfway through, my dad looked at me and said, what the hell is this? And that was it. So yeah, that was my first real TV gig, Real Wedding Crashers. Woo! Ernie Von Schledorn. That's a local, that's the suggestion. Ernie Von Schledorn was a car dealer in Milwaukee. He was an old guy. I actually remember hearing later on that his family did have ties to Nazis, Ernie Von Schledorn. But he had a car dealership in Menominee Falls, which is in outside of Milwaukee. It's I think it's in Milwaukee County still. But he had a song where it would go, and I actually remember my friend bought me an Ernie Von Schledorn flask from his estate sale when he passed away. That's, I think, where I got the Nazi info. But his commercial would go, this is the story of Ernie Von Schledorn. He's a car dealer out in the falls. Just to show that because a lot of people are like, do jingles have to rhyme or be catchy? And Ernie Von Schledorn was like, nope. This is the story of Ernie Von Schledorn. He's a car dealer out in the falls. In his defense, though, not much rhymes with Schledorn, right? There's not a lot of words where you're like, Schledorn, you mean like Maydorn? Like, you know, but falls and Schledorn certainly don't rhyme. There's probably a way to do it, like Ernie Von Schledorn, he'll take your phone calls. He's got a car dealer out in the falls. That's not as good, but it's close. Okay. All right. Bathroom selfies. Yeah, weird. Selfies in general drive me fucking bonkers. You know, it's like, how many pictures do we need of you? Like, whoever you are, we have enough. We have enough pictures of you for like the next 10 years. We don't need any more. You know, you don't need pictures. It's just enough. I mean, like, yeah, I've talked about it on this before, but watching people take selfies is a gutting experience. You know, watching someone be like, gotta get it right. For what? I don't know, my existence. You know, like, But yeah, bathroom. Look, you're opening yourself up to some problems. We all know those, like, selfie fails where people have, like, hey, this is a selfie of me. And you're like, hey, there's a poop in your toilet. So how's your selfie going? You know, like, what are you doing? So, yeah, I just say in general, if you got to do selfies, if you have this impulse where you must do the selfies, keep it outside of the place where you waste, okay? We don't need your bathroom selfies and your waste combining. I actually know this girl who sent me a picture of a dude that she was seeing, and he sent her a selfie, like, as a, like, hey, what's up, selfie? And then it was like, wait, he's on the toilet. Like, what the fuck? You know, we don't need this. We don't need this level of intimacy, right? I worry where all these pictures lead us. You know, like we're taking pictures, selfies and food pictures. It's an obsession with ourselves and what we're doing and what we're eating and what we're consuming. I could see a world in 5 to 10 years where people are just posting pictures of their poop, Like, had a good meal yesterday, #mypoop. And you're like, wait, what? Like, that's where we're headed. I know it sounds fucking crazy, but it's not. People are, like, obsessed with themselves on that level now, where they'll be like, some people want to see it, and then other people will see it. And other people will comment, hey, nice one, looks really good. It's fucking gross, but it's true. Like, where does this end? We need to stop the bleeding at some point. At some point, we need to just realize that we're not so great, that we don't need all these pictures of ourselves, and that the whole time that we've been fixated on how fucking fantastic we look and are, the world around us has totally fallen apart, right? You're not going to be able to take many more selfies in front of nature when it's gone. That's how we should frame it, too. Instead of saying that, like, people are, removing EPA regulations and that methane more methane is getting released into our atmosphere, we should just say you're not going to be able to take any more nature selfies. And people will be like, we need to do something. Like, that's the way to get to the root of the issue. Because otherwise, that's all people like for nature. People are just like, hey, But yeah, so that was rooted from bathroom selfies, and yeah, don't take them. If you take more than like 2 selfies a day, do you feel okay? I'm not even trying to sound like a jerk off. Like I can't remember the last time I took a selfie. Oh, on the toilet. That was it. Okay. Whoa, what? This is another 2 suggestions on one, and thank God I caught it this time. But the second one is disgusting. So why don't we just bang out the second one first? It leads to what we were just talking about. The second one is worst pooping experience. That's not going to be shared here. I can't even think of it. I did it on my album. I fucking shit my pants on an airplane. Not great. But then the one above it is guilty pleasure movies. So let's think of guilty pleasure movies. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should just talk about the worst pooping. Guilty pleasure movies. I'm trying to think. I don't know if I have a lot. I just have movies that I love. So I guess American Movie is a guilty pleasure movie. Idiocracy is a guilty pleasure movie. Trains, Planes, and Automobiles. Oh, you know what fucking movie I've only seen twice, but I'm dying to see again is I'm Sorry to Bother You. That's a fucking great movie. I just rewatched A League of Their Own recently. That's a pretty good movie. So yeah. So there you go. And don't send me... don't ask me for poop stories. I'm putting out a book called The Poop Tales. And Tales is spelled Tales, not the other way, because that means it didn't fully come out. But just wait for my poop book. And it's a bathroom book. It's very apropos. And apropos. Anyway, let's keep going. Setting my mother up on a blind date. Oh, I was going to check my camera, but I think I'm okay. Setting my mother up on a blind date. Well, someone last week asked if I would let my mother set me up on a blind date. I'm not going to set my mother up on a blind date. My mother and I are not blind. I think someone is trying to lead to get my mother and I on a date together. I think this person is slowly, through suggestions, trying to make it so that I show up at a restaurant and my mother walks in and she's like, hello. And I'm like, hello? And she's like, what are you doing here at 7:30? And I'm like, I'm meeting a date. She's like, I'm meeting a date. And I'm like, oh my God, we got parent-son trapped. Someone parent-son trapped us. You know? So I'm not going to set my mother up on a blind date. My mother would hate it. If I set my mother up on a blind date, she would hate it. She would find something. She wouldn't be open to the experience. She wouldn't want it. You know? No matter what, like I could set her out with George Clooney. She'd come back and be like, I don't know. He didn't like butter. And I'd be like, so what? He's George fucking Clooney. He just gave 14 of his friends $1 million just for being his friends. Yes, but I don't think I could love someone who didn't love butter. Well, maybe he'll like butter. No, well, he barely used any. So he did use some? Yes, but not a lot. Just a small amount. Well, you use a lot of butter. Exactly, it would never work. You know, like that would be my mother. Yeah, well, I don't like his fingernails. You didn't like his fingernails? No, one of them was quite off. What do you mean off? It's just a bit long. He had a long fingernail and that's enough? Oh, I couldn't be with someone with one fingernail like that. He could cut it. No, I wouldn't. No, I don't want to change anyone. But maybe he just accidentally had a long finger. I wouldn't want to do it. Oh, I couldn't go out with him again. Why? What was the problem? He didn't have 2 pens. He only had the 1 pen. So what? He had a pen. What do you need 2 pens for? Well, what if one runs out of ink? Well, maybe he ink tested the pens before you guys went out. No, I don't think I could. I don't think I would. I don't think it's right. I need someone who's got 2 pens. Okay, fine. You know, so that's what that experience would be like. So yeah, just wouldn't work. Hey, doggy. Here, should we check in on the chat for a moment? Let's see what's happening. Your mom sounds like the spy chief on Killing Eve. Okay. Pam is the best. Is Gareth going to have a surprise reunion on Pamdemic? No. Are we all watching Pamdemics? Yes, watch Pamdemic. If you've never seen Pamdemic, my mother and I have a web show? What am I, fucking 19 in 1999? We have a YouTube series called Pamdemic where I interview Pam and we look at pictures, and it's pretty great and wholesome. I just got here. Gosh, why can't I remember? T. Fuller, get your shit together. Get here. Jesus Christ. Chopping potatoes currently. Great. Okay, lots of interesting stuff. Okay, let's see here. Okay, next one is morality lessons from 80s sitcoms. Fucking great suggestion. It was really weird. And maybe it worked. Maybe it was effective. Maybe that's why, like, kids from the 80s, or maybe, I doubt it. I think the phones have corrupted the youth of today, but maybe the lessons from the 80s. But that's how it would go. Every comedy, every Miller Boyett production on ABC, it would be a show about whatever. And then the last 40 seconds were devoted to a piano interlude morality meeting, you know? It would just be like, the episode would be about whatever. You know, it would be like, let's say someone cheated on a test, you know? You'll yuck it up for 22 and a half minutes. And then the last 40 seconds would be just like, you know, Greg, I know that you wanted to cheat. And I know that you got an A. But cheating's never right. Well, why, Dad? You said that you were going to look at someone else's report to help your report. I guess I did, didn't I? I guess that was cheating, and that's a bad example. Cheaters never get anywhere. Never forget that. Huh? Okay, Dad. Thanks for sitting down and talking to me. No problem. And your uncle told me to give you this speech. I took it from him. We cheated. Credits. Like that was every fucking one, you know? I mean, it was pretty much on Full House. It would always be Bob Saget to one of his kids. You know, DJ, I understand that you're trying to work out and get into shape, but starving yourself's not right. You know, Stephanie, I know it seems fun to take stuff from someone else's locker, but it's not funny. You know, Michelle, I know you're actually 2 children, but it's not okay for us to pretend like it's just one. And just a little piano would be like, bing, 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 you know? And I never noticed. I would just be like a little kid like, you shouldn't steal. You should eat your food. Be nice to people. But it was a staple. It was a must. It was a total must. You always had to have your moral lesson, you know, fucking jam it down your throat. They put the vegetables in the cookies. That's what I say Dave Anthony does on the dollop. That's what they did. Put the veggies in the cookies. Okay? Oh, wow. Animals with RBF, resting bitch face. Animals with resting bitch face. Yeah. I guess I'm trying to think of what animals do. I mean, there's like Grumpy Cat, R.I.P., goat. But yeah, there are animals. I'm trying to think like I would say sloths because they're always resting, but they seem happy somehow. Probably because they have a very easy existence. What animals have resting bitch face? I don't know. I can't think of any. Yeah, I mean, they have every right to. Animals have every right to look at us like pricks. We are pricks. Because I was going to say orangutan. But then, of course, orangutans shouldn't even have resting face of that, you know? They should be pissed. They should have, like, active bitch face. Like, where they're like, "Mah," you know? Like, it would be fucking fantastic if the animal... I mean, if we just took the story, the idea from the Czech Republic where that deer took the rifle. Like, we need to arm the animals. That's where we're at. Right? We're going to arm teachers in classrooms. We're talking about arming students and giving them bulletproof bags. War has been declared on Mother Nature. Let's start arming the animals, right? That could be the bumper sticker. We harm them, we arm them, you know? Like we hurt them, give them fucking rifles, right? Granted, it would probably turn into a lot of accidental murders, but still, it's not like we don't have that now anyway. I mean, shit, you accidentally murder enough of your own species, you could probably be a cop. Hey. Okay. Oh, fuck. If I need a 5th family member to go on the Family Feud, is it okay to marry someone just to fill the spot? Now, yes. Okay, let's start with a yes. Yes, it is completely fine for you to marry someone if you need a 5th on Family Feud. But you could also get a friend or someone like that. But if you're going to just marry someone specifically to get on Family Feud, make it someone who has feud brain, right? Like, you know, just casually bring that up on your dates. Like, oh, I'm having such a good time with you, Greg. I'm having a good time with you too, Barbara. I was wondering, I randomly was surveying 100 people, and I asked them what condiment is a must for picnics. Do you have any thoughts? Oh, I mean, there's a lot of musts for picnics as far as condiments go. Yeah, just roll off a few. Well, I mean, ketchup, that's the number 1 answer. Huh? I said that's quite an answer. Say number 1 answer? I said that's quite an answer. Oh, okay, ketchup, mustard, also on the board. What? Yes, what a reward. Did you say what about mustard? Mustard is a reward to me. I love ketchup and mustard. Oh, okay. Sounded like you said on the board. Nope. Go ahead, keep going. You know, relish. I don't think that's up there. You don't think it's up where? In my cabinet. I don't think I have any relish. So I don't know if that makes sense. But your first 2 are great, and they're up there. But we might need to go to you for fast money. What's fast money? At the end of the meal? Yes. You want me to pay? Yes. You're a keeper. Survey says yes. What is going on with you? Nothing. You just said survey says yes. I'm excited. Oh, my God. You're just marrying me to get on the fucking Family Feud, aren't you? Yes. Yes. Survey says yes. It's Greg, no. You know, I think you could do it like that. Okay. Yeah, so I think it's okay. You have my blessing. Muscle cars, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what it is about muscle cars or cars in general. I've never given a fuck about cars. I've never given a fuck about my car. I've never given a fuck about what my car looks like, what people think of my car. You know, I don't care. I have an electric car. That's all I care about. But muscle cars seem to be like, it would be great. It really would be great. Can we just put the myth to rest, or can we make the myth a confirmation of that it is all directly corroborated with the size of the penis on the person who has the muscle car? Because I would just love to see why these cars? What is it with these cars? They're just cars, but people are like, yeah, it's right, it's a car. You're like, I don't care. Right? I do think it is related to emasculation at some point. At some point, these gentlemen, for the most part, seem to have been emasculated, and it has now resulted in them putting $120,000 in a thing that's just supposed to get you from point A to point B, you know? So I don't get it. And by the way, I think the more muscly the car, the less muscly the individual. Might be a personal observation, who knows? Best birthday party I had as a child. Well, I don't really remember, but I'll tell you about a very memorable birthday. I was turning 16, and two of my friends, my friend Bill and my friend Andy, decided that they were going to take me to Brett Favre's steakhouse for my birthday. So if you don't know who Brett Favre is, Brett Favre was the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers. It doesn't have a great second chapter, but as far as when I was a kid growing up, like I remember the game where Brett Favre came in, you know, like I loved Brett Favre. Brett Favre was my man, and he had Brett Favre's Steakhouse. And at Brett Favre's Steakhouse, you could get steak, and it was like whatever. It's what athletes do in these smaller markets. They just open restaurants and they murder because people love them. So I'm going to Brett Favre's Steakhouse. So my friend Andy, who was probably 17, had a fake ID. And he went to the bar, and he got 3 vodka sodas. And he came back, and I was 16. Now, when I was 16, I looked like I was 11. Like, I looked so like, I could not get, even when I had a fake ID when I was, like, 18, even when I was 21, people were like, no. But so he gave me a vodka soda. So this is the first time I've ever been in a restaurant with a cocktail, with alcohol. Like, and I was like, holy shit, I felt like a fucking man, you know? I was like, oh my God, I'm drinking vodka sodas. So we had our vodka sodas. Then we get sat at our table, and we already have the vodka sodas. So the waiter doesn't even ID us. Me, the 11-year-old. He doesn't even ID us. He just goes, do you guys need another round of vodka sodas? And we're like, yeah, we do. And we get another round of vodka sodas. And then we get another round of vodka sodas with our steak. And then towards the end of the meal, my buddies really want to leave. And I'm like, dude, fuck you guys. Like, I want to stay at Brett Favre's Steakhouse and have another vodka soda. And I did. So I had another vodka soda. But they were weird. Like, one of them was like, I got to go make a phone call. I was like, whatever. So we're driving back, and I'm happy as a clam. You know, I'm like, oh, fucking great. Brett Favre's Steakhouse, have vodka sodas. Go to my house, walk in my front door, and there's like 10 pizza boxes. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Was my mother giving up? What, did she try to commit a food overdose? What happened in here? And in my living room are my two friends, Brett and Jason, playing video games. And there's some presents. And I'm like, what is going on? And my mother comes in and she goes, oh, well, I tried to throw you a surprise birthday party, but everyone left. And I was like, what? She's like, yes, you took too long. And that's when my friends were like, yeah, that's why we didn't want you to get a 4th vodka soda. And we were acting weird because everybody was at my place, like 30 of my friends for a surprise birthday party. And then I took like 2 hours extra. And because I have such a great group of pals, they all fucking left. So there was like 4 gifts, 10 pizza boxes, and 2 of my friends playing video games. And I'll tell you what, I wouldn't trade it for the world. I hate my birthday. I hate surprises. But you know what I loved? Vodka sodas at Brett Favre's Steakhouse. That was the shit. Oh, and that's it. All right, that's the end of the suggestions. We did it. We made it through. But let's end how we always end, with your headliner, Jose the Cat. 1 second. Oh. Oh. Here we go. There we go. Hold on, let's get the mic up here. This is going to be hard to do. This is like doing a squat. It's okay. Okay.
There we go. Angel baby. Angel baby. Angel baby boy. Angel baby. Angel baby boy. His eyelids are heavy. His will is weak. This is my boy. He looks so meek. He's my angel baby. My angel baby. He's my angel baby. He's so sweet. I am right. He is black and he's white and he's my angel baby. He's my angel baby. I love him from the day he was born. It looks like I have him in a Bjorn. He's my angel baby. My angel baby. And that's right. I love my guy. He's my best friend, he's looking at the sky. I don't know why, he's my angel baby. He's my angel baby, angel baby, angel baby, yeah. If he puts my claws in, I go ouch. Right now he looks like he's in a kangaroo's pouch. He's my angel baby, angel baby. The struggle is real, his fight is strong. I can tell this won't last too long, 'cause he's my angel baby, angel baby boy. He's my angel baby, angel baby boy. After this, we'll have some wine, just a grown-ass man and his sweet feline. He's my angel baby, and I love him, and I love him, and I love him, yes. You got something you want to say in the mic? Say it. Say something in the mic. Talk in the mic. Say something. You guys ever notice how they make kibble way worse than they used to? Good stuff. Yeah. So surprised. How are you still surprised that this happens every week? Angel baby. Angel baby.
His name is Gareth.
Angel baby. He's my angel baby.
And he respects.
Well, I'm gonna get out of here without getting attacked.
His name is Gareth. Hence why it's Gareth's. His name is Gareth. And he respects. His name is Gareth. His name is Gareth. Hence why it's Gareth's.